Hello everyone, I'm Anjana and I'm back with my 1 minute video, and today's topic I have chosen is homeschooling. And homeschooling topic I may not be able to complete within 1 minute, but I'll keep it short and try my best to cover most of the topics what I want to speak. Homeschooling need not be just by the parent, it can be by a tutor or an online teacher. And in most of the developed countries it is legal, and few nations it's still illegal. In India, at present, homeschooling is not regulated by any government authorities, but still, parents can do it at home, as we have the RT Act 2009 to free and compulsory education. So it's left to the parent whether they want to educate their child in school or want to educate them at home. We also have a lot of support centers, groups by the mothers, homeschooling. Bangalore, the closest in Bangalore would be Bangalore, and there is even open SSC board in Maharashtra by Maharashtra government, and you can always log into homeschoolers.in. Also, there is something called Swashikshan, that is SWASHIKSHAN. It's an informal organization where it guides you with all legal queries you have about homeschooling. Now, to look into homeschooling, we have a lot of advantages and disadvantages. Um, Firstly, academic flexibility, what you get in homeschooling, and second is the pace and approach towards learning. We can meet the current needs or anything addressing the needs of the child. It creates a warm family environment, effective and efficient learning. There is no traveling hazards. Parents can determine the curriculum, they can choose what they want their child to learn. It strengthens the bond between the parent and the parent and the child, particularly if the parent is the teacher. It is a means of fearless education. You may love to study, and individual attention is given. And yes, there's no bullying at all, where you worry usually the child would go under stress. But there are disadvantages too. That is, like, parent is tied and remains homebound, especially if a parent is working out. The standard of living, I think everybody, both the parents would want to work, and only a homemaker could afford this. Children can be restless and misbehave because taking advantage of the home atmosphere, because you're at home. And sometimes it could cause anxiety on the parent who are dealing with children's behavior and struggle while they are teaching them. She could feel helpless in certain situations, and certain times the children probably could go uncontrollable. There are difficulties moving at a very slow pace than public institution, because it is one to one, and the child probably needs to be constantly motivated, and keep the child's energy high. So parents have to look constantly into the curriculum, which can be time consuming and strenuous for the parent. Lack of social skill is one of the important one which we always worry with homeschooling. So there is a lot of time consumed in searching for playmates and activity center or group gathering. So we all know exposure is very important, and exposure to various emotions also is very important, or else when the child would grow up and he would face stress, it would be very difficult for him to cope. And it is not meant for every parent to be totally committed and to be an effective teachers, because even a trained teacher sometimes find it very difficult to be an effective teacher. So only if you have it within you, being a passionate one, you can. It's not that homeschool is totally bad. So it depends from individual to individual. So if you can give that commitment, or if you can be so passionate about children, teaching your own child, then definitely homeschooling is a good option. But if you cannot commit yourself, you cannot handle, you would feel anxiety and helpless, then regular schooling is a must. There are two different approaches. So one is just withdrawing from the regular school and taking up an curriculum on your own, and only in 9th and 10th you can choose your board, whether you want CBSE, ICSE or state, and answer these 10th exams. But if not, there are few schools who take the student as a private student, so you need to pay the fees, you need to answer the examination, but all the teaching can happen at home. So these are the two different approaches which I think we could look into. And yes, those are really thinking of homeschooling, there are a lot of options. There is a curriculum available, and in Bangalore we have the homeschooling schools too, wherein children don't come to school. So various options, look into it. Any more queries, ping me in. Thank you.